I remember there was a time when we was kings and queens, prophets and rulers, judging the earth. But now we stuck at the bottom of the totem pole. Where did we go wrong as a people? I think our people need to understand this with a wake-up call and give them understanding on what's going on. So bring it.
Early morning, rise up, open your eyes up, looking in the mirror, it gets no clearer. Cause we don't understand our own selves, drowning in sorrow with empty Hennessy bottles upon the shelf. Cause everybody wanna be a king, selling out their soul for this mean green cream thing. Paper chasing, but not facing the facts that as a nation, we all done got lax and letting the devil control us. And thinking like them damn Africans, they sold us. We in captivity because they hold us. Work is hard with heavy burdens on our shoulders. Man, I thought we was some soldiers.
We live? Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, everybody on the line. And welcome to another class with ISBHPK, the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're located at 8524 South Brazier Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9, Saturday, Sabbath class from 10 to 2, and then we also have our kids classes that are pre-recorded from 11 to 12 p.m., and then we upload those to our ISBHPK Kids class channel on YouTube. If you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. And those brothers have been down there for 20 plus years. A lot of great teachers, a lot of great brothers. So if you're in that area, check them out. We also have the school in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 501 Copper Ave, Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. For our classes in Trinidad, those are to be announced, as well as our classes in Austin, Texas. All right. Let's see here. What else? For our YouTube, for all our classes on YouTube, you can check us out live on ISBHPK. Okay. We also have our cable show, our Hidden Truth cable show. All right, that's every Saturday from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And you can stream that on Comcast Channel 17, or you can stream it on hmstv.org. You can stream it live. Okay. If you want to reach anybody for any questions, you can contact Priest Kazakia. His phone number is 281-707-2737, or you can contact me at 303-557-8979. Or you can email any questions or concerns to isbhpk@gmail.org. All right, it's changed. So once again, it's isbhpk@gmail.org. All right, for any questions or concerns. Along with all our class times, we also have our Blog Talk Radio. All right, and that's ran by the brother Mashaba out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that goes from 9:30 to about 12, Monday through Friday. Actually, Monday through Saturday. All right, so Monday through Saturday, you can catch the Blog Talk Radio at blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, MASHAHBA. Monday through Saturday, starting at 9:30. All right, and we also have our 5 minutes of wisdom. So, whatever, everything we upload, we ask that you like, share, and subscribe. All right, YouTube is trying to get a little stricter. So we have to get our likes, our views up, all right, get our subscribes up. That's to shut the channels down. They're shutting down anybody that doesn't have, about 10,000 views and 100,000 viewed hours.
Yeah, they're taking away privileges.
They're taking away
privileges. Not shutting them down. They're taking away a lot of privileges. Yeah.
Right. So we want to make sure that you're able to get our full channel.
Yeah.
All right. So like, share, subscribe. If people are asking you guys questions and you don't have all the ammo, what you do, jump on our page and look for that topic and just shoot them the video. They can get a full class on whatever questions they have. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. And we're gonna he's working on it now. We're trying to chop up a lot of these questions Like, for instance, the 8-hour Sabbath class.
Nice.
Nobody's going to watch that. I mean, they'll watch it, but, you know, who's going to go through the whole 8 hours unless you were actually in the moment? And I'm not saying we don't have dedicated brothers and sisters like that, but like for a lot of new people is what I'm saying. So we're going to cut up some of that, take out some good questions out of that, and throw it up there to make it simple for y'all. So, you know, support us, you know, like, share, subscribe, get him out there, do what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For time's sake, he's doing that. Like time's sake, also, it's easy for you to. Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
Check it.
There you go.
Yeah. But again, if you got people that have questions and you don't have all the answers, just jump on our page, shoot them a video. It'll help them out. It'll help us out. That's what it's there for. For your garments, if you need anything that's custom made, contact the sisters on Facebook under Israel Wear. They do armbands, headbands, shirts, fringed, pants, fringed, tunics, whatever you need. They can custom make anything that you need. All right, whatever colors, whatever designs. They're also collecting the Passover garment money monthly. They only got like a month and a half because there is a cutoff. Correct? There is a cutoff, so you want to get with them as soon as possible if you want to get a Passover garment. Okay. They also do unity garments year round. So get on Facebook under Israel Wear. Contact them about whatever it is that you want. They'll give you the details. For your donations, any form of contribution is welcome and needed. We still need books, pens, papers, apocryphers, Bibles, office supplies, computers. We need another computer for the school. So if you want to, you know, a computer that's going to be able to handle what we do as far as broadcasting. Okay, so if you got a computer that you're no longer using, or if you want to donate one, we'll take it off your hands. We appreciate it. Clothes, cars, whatever's going to help us out. All right. For your monetary donations, we have the Wells Fargo account. That number is 101-580-6167 under Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. Also, we have our Google Wallet, and that's under ISBHPK@gmail.com. Can you do me a favor? Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the announcements. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's not it. Actually, just let me jump back up. So for Israel Wear orders, those are gonna be on pause until April 15th. Okay, just so they can get the Passover stuff out the way. Also, Passover is on April 1st. That's gonna be hosted here by us in Houston. The location is to be announced. Okay. So if you want to help out with the location, got the Wells Fargo, we got the Google Wallet. You can mail things to the school. If you want to help out with the location, the lambs, I mean, we need the help. We need the help. So whatever you guys can give towards that, it'll be beautiful. If you can't give and you still want to show up, show up. Don't do, oh, because I couldn't give anything, I can't show up. No, show up. Even if you can't give. Even if you give a little. We still need you there. Okay? We're also doing the raffle. We have a garment raffle. Yeah, we have a garment raffle. So the sisters are doing that, and that's going to raise money for the Passover also. Okay, so it's $2 a ticket. It ends on January the 31st. First prize, the brother gets a tunic and a headband, or a sister will get a leather fringed bag. Second prize, the brother gets some armbands and a headband, or the sister gets a leather Bible cover. In third place, the brother gets a headband, or the sister gets a head wrap. All right, so if you need tickets and you're out of state, we can still accommodate that. Just let us know. Hit us up under Israel Wear on Facebook, okay? And we also have our Penny Wars contest. That helps raise money for the Passover and for things for the school. So if you want to contribute to that, we got that going on in the back, okay? So that's gonna do it for the announcements. Today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're not gonna take questions, right? Because we want to go into this Genesis breakdown.
But we will obviously take questions over the Genesis.
Right, on the
breakdown.
topic.
On the topic, yeah.
Right. We want to do this because a lot of questions come out, and we're figuring that why not just make these full in-depth classes so that you have the answers. And if you, for new people that they ask about Genesis chapter 1, we can say, hey, got a whole extensive breakdown on that. All right, and plus everybody in here needs it. It's the first book of the Bible. If you don't understand the first book of the Bible, you might have some issues, right? So,
all right.
Let's get it.
Wow. Gotta love it, man. Yeah. Love the work. So let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 1. Before we go there, I want you to go to Psalms 14:1. Let's destroy the atheists real quick. Let's destroy the ones that don't believe in the Most High creating everything. These evolutionists. Let's destroy them real quick, and their thought process. So read that, Psalms 14 verse 1.
The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
The what?
There is no God.
No, who are we talking about?
The fool.
The what?
The fool.
The fool have said that there is no God. So when you look at the concept and ideas of their science, give me that one too, so falsely called, we have to understand because they're fools. And everything they base their science off, when you start breaking it down, you realize that they don't even make sense. You know, they go around with this word hypothesis because it is what it is, a hypothesis. A lot of what they're saying is what they call educated guess. It's not fact. But because they use the word hypothesis, and it's a big word, and nobody knows what the hell that means, they think that's something smart. The wicked, they're masterminds at deceit. Right? So we have to understand what the Bible's saying and reminding us who we're dealing with. Who are we dealing with? Read it again.
The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
So all your science, all your technology, because you can chop a man up and turn him into a woman. You can chop a woman up and turn him into a man. The scripture's saying you're still a fool. Your ideas of, the Big Bang, the earth started with an explosion. The crazy thing is when you talk to kids, my kids know, okay, an explosion started, but who did it? They're like, they shut down, Shariah shut down her 30-year-old uncle just with that. Like, okay, that was an explosion, but who did it? You know what I mean? Oh, because scientifically, they don't know. They know that the explosion happened, right? But how did it happen? They don't know. They can't answer that part. So
you gotta let me get this one.
Yeah.
You go to first get 1 Timothy 6:20. Hold that. But go to Maccabees. 2 Maccabees 7 verse 28.
Okay, so real quick, finish that up, and then I will let that one go.
Because it was right on your point. This Maccabees.
Okay, and then we'll go to the next one. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 14 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
The fool have said in his heart,
go ahead,
there is no God.
Go ahead.
They are corrupt.
They are what?
Corrupt.
They are what?
Corrupt.
So we're dealing with a corrupt people. We're dealing with a corrupt mind state. So everything that comes from them is corrupt. Their thought process. Y'all got to understand that when you deal, like we've been saying recently, to the pure all things are pure. But him that is defiled, nothing is pure. His conscience is defiled. You got to understand, everything that this man comes up with, what his scientist comes up with, is corrupt. What's beautiful is that now the truth about NASA's coming out. It's all a lie. But you think about it, y'all got to think about this. I know some of y'all are new to the truth, but the truth has been out since the 70s. You know what I mean? I barely came in since, 1990. Bro, the truth was out before that. Brothers was saying how long that they've been lying to us. the thing is that everybody act like this is something new. Like he's the devil. Devil means deceiver.
Right.
So, of course, the deceiver is going to be corrupt in what they come up with. Give me the other one in Timothy's real quick, and then we'll jump to...
you got it?
1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 20.
1 Timothy 6 and 20. Read that.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust.
Uh-huh.
Avoid profane and vain babblings.
Right, do what?
Avoiding profane and vain babblings.
Yeah, because when you deal with their science, it's profane and it's vain. And all their concepts is to, in every way, void out the Creator. Right? We talk about, when we talk about what you might know as the Star of David, what we know it as the lily, right? You talk about that and you look at the snowflake. And you're like, wait a minute. This snowflake is making this symbol of this, what you call the Star of David, right? Like, what science can explain that? Okay, genetics. It just happened by chance. Like, there's art in nature. And they don't see the Most High in that. Because it's vain. They're vain. They're foolish. They're corrupt. Go ahead.
And oppositions of science, falsely so called.
Yeah, and oppositions. That's the word? And oppositions, because that's what they set these things up to do. That's what NASA's there to create. Things that oppose the Creator. This is going to push the agenda of this society, a godless society. The fool have said there is no God. So I just want to, as we're starting out and we're going into this, showing you that they're the fools, they're corrupt, and their science is false.
Get that Maccabees 7:28. Just going along with, you were saying that Shariah shut down her uncle.
Yeah.
Talking about the Big Bang, right?
Yeah.
Because the Big Bang is what? Two small atoms smash into each other and then made something, right?
Right.
Right? What is it?
It's something came from nothing.
Something came from nothing.
No, I thought it was,
that would be faith, right?
But see, they say that something collided. Because they do it all the time. They have a Big Bang machine.
Oh, the atom smash.
They said that the atom smasher. So they're saying that two atoms smashed into each other and created a bang, an explosion. And then in turn, that created a nice glow, it created the earth and then all the things inside of it. But check this out. Read that 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 28.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 28.
Go ahead.
I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth.
Go ahead.
And all that is therein.
Right.
And consider that God made them of things.
So stop. He said to consider that the Most High made them. Why? Because when you look at, he brought up a snowflake. You ever look at a snowflake under a microscope? They all got the so-called Star of David in them, but just different patterns.
Right.
When you slice fruit a certain way, guess what they all look like? Stars, the Star of David, if you want to call it that. Right? The pomegranate. But you got to look at the Most High. It's saying, look at the Most High's work and everything. What's that?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it from the top.
Verse 28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth.
Go ahead.
And all that is therein.
Go ahead.
And consider that the Most High made them of things that were not.
He did what?
That the Most High made them of things that were not.
Wait, so two atoms crashed together.
That the Most High made them of things that were not.
So there was like a big bang and then the earth just appeared.
That the Most High made them of things that were not.
Yeah, but see, going with that science that opposes, they tell you that the atoms crashed and then we came like little amoebas from the ocean and then we grew, we wanted to be fish that wanted to walk. So we said, you know what, let me hop onto the dry land. Like, you got to think about it. You got to think about the things that you've been taught throughout school, throughout high school, about evolution, the Big Bang Theory. It's a theory. It's a theory.
I mean, the definition of theory. Watch, look up theory.
Yeah, it's a theory.
Look up the definition of theory.
What is it? Darwin's theory of evolution?
Yeah.
That's his theory.
Yeah.
It didn't say the Most High's creation.
Right.
This is Darwin. You know, listen. His whole theory is garbage.
The Darwin, Einstein, all these cats was cokeheads. All they were was cokeheads, man, and they was high as hell off of opiates.
Yeah.
And they would come up with these theories. How many times Einstein himself or Darwin or these guys been accused of madness? But their madness was adopted. You know, as you go on and on and on, as time went on, they made you believe.
Because we can't figure it out. So
Yeah,
he gotta be
they
right.
made you exactly.
He makes more sense than what I can comprehend or what I can come up with.
Right.
So let's just adopt his theory. And that's what they did. What you got for our theory?
A system of ideas intended to explain something.
You see that? The intent is to explain.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, just because I can explain or try to, doesn't make it factual. I can try to explain why you got on a gray shirt and a red pants. But guess what? My explanation might not be the facts of why you got on what you got on, right?
Right.
I mean, as simple as that. Because why? It's a group of ideas, but maybe he put that on because he didn't have a different pair of pants. Maybe he wanted to wear red. You know, it's all these things you come up with. Not picking on you or anything like that, but just, you know. Y'all see that though? Read it one more time.
A system of ideas.
Where do these ideas even come from? Where do these ideas come from? That's where we got to start. They come from man. It's a system of ideas. Go ahead.
Intended to explain something.
Go ahead.
Especially one based on general principles.
Go ahead.
Independent of the thing to be explained.
See, and the problem is we can't just generalize the Most High. That's what the atheist tries to do. That's what the non-believer, they try to just generalize the Most High, like, yeah, that's just God. Or it just happened like that. What you got, Zion?
It says a doctrine or scheme.
A what?
A doctrine
or scheme.
Or scheme.
Right? A schemer. Darwin was a schemer.
I hope you got that up there for them, sis, that definition. Sis?
Kind of have a definition.
Okay, go ahead.
It says a doctrine or scheme of things resting merely on speculation.
On what?
On speculation.
Wow. So I'm speculating now. Darwin speculated about evolution. See, the beautiful thing is we don't have to speculate.
Right.
Because it's written right here. Read where you at, John. One more time.
Right. See, you don't have to be a so-called rocket scientist. You don't have to be their scientist to look up the definition of just their words. So you can crush a lot of this madness if you just deal with the word. Theory. It's speculation. It's your ideas, your thoughts. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Just finish that up. Go ahead. Start from the top.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that the Most High made them of things that were not.
You see that? Go ahead.
And so was mankind made likewise.
You see that? So listen, we getting the keys. We have the keys. Like the scriptures say, he's going to reveal the mystery to the saints, right? That's why I think Esau has to speculate. Because it's not going to be revealed to them, like the scriptures say. So it's like, well, we got to promote ourselves as the smartest people on the earth, so let's speculate about something.
And see, man, at this point right here, we can take the whole class. We won't even get into Genesis 1 and 1. But, you know, what's crazy about this is that this speculation, right, is a theory, right?
Right.
These theories come from their look up this word, hypothesis. Now, mind you, all this, right? But when you tell them believe in the Bible, oh, that's not real. Nigga, what do you believe in?
You're not real.
You're not real. Your ideas are not real.
Your speculation, right.
Your speculation is not real. Anybody can speculate about anything. And so-called have this, that's why I said look up the definition of this. But go ahead as why he's getting that.
Right.
Oh, you got some? What you got?
It says, or proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence.
Whoa! Oh!
Wait a minute.
Dang!
Limited evidence. Why? Why? Why is it limited?
Cause the fact is this: when you look in that Hubble telescope, your Hubble telescope don't see no 22 million thousand miles away.
Right.
And you say, well, what happens is we know that water is on this place because you get a glimmer of this. Like, are you serious? It can be something totally. Now that's why they said the other day on the news that they got a picture of something that looks like Earth, but it's moving different. They said this is a planet that was made by something else. Serious. Like the dang Borg, right?
Earth's doppelganger?
Yeah, like the Borg, huh? Like Star Trek's the Borg with the Borg, right?
God.
They're like, they don't know what is going on, but they're speculating, but then when they speak, they're speaking it with authority as though they really have factual information.
No.
So, who's factual? The Most Higher Man. Right? What else you got? You got more than that? Yeah. Go ahead. What you got?
As a starting point for further investigation.
There you go. And they should. That's what they should really be saying is nobody knows, but we're still investigating on it. This is the information that we do have, right? And everything else is just we're guessing on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What you got?
It says a theory imagined or assumed to account for what is not understood.
Oh. Can I get one scripture?
Oh. Oh.
Can I just get one? Go to Ecclesiastes 3:11.
Wow.
Ecclesiastes 3:11. Damn, that definition. Read that definition one more time.
Oh my
A
God.
little bit more. I just
Read that definition from the top one more time.
That is beautiful.
For the
that black dictionary is cold.
Yeah, it is.
But what Jeremiah brought was cold too. Go ahead.
Yeah.
A theory imagined or assumed to account for what is not understood.
Stop right there. Read Ecclesiastes. No, in the Bible. Ecclesiastes. Slack it. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Read what you got.
Let me say this, man. We're going to have to name this class Message to the Evolutionists.
Yeah.
Because all you atheists, y'all dumb as hell.
Yeah.
All you evolutionists, you're ignorant as hell. And if that's your faith, then so be it. But don't try to knock what is true, what makes more sense than your stupidity and your... At least what we're coming with come from what we know as God-given men.
Yeah.
We got a way better excuse than you.
We're not speculating.
Yeah, we're not speculating.
We're not guessing. We're not assuming.
You know the thing. What? So let's go on because we're gonna bring out some other points.
Read your definition one more time, Zion.
Yeah.
A theory imagined or assumed to account for what is not understood.
Read Jeremiah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
He had made everything beautiful in his time.
Go ahead.
Also, he had set the world in their heart.
Read on.
So that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
That's why they have to speculate.
Yeah. Because everything's not given to us.
Right. We know in part, we prophesy in part.
Yeah, even going through the scriptures, you know, why we don't go into the flat earth. Let me just say this, because I know there's many brothers that put many scriptures on it. What I'm saying is this. A lot is speculation. And the thing is that, you know how we feel about it. If something has to be stretched or something has to come through speculation, we're leaving that alone. We're going to stick to what can be proven and what we can go through the scriptures and say, this is the evidence. But it's crazy, man, how they try to make us look like fools. Believing in the Most High, believing in the Word, that is educated, believe it or not. The Word is educated all their knowledge.
Right.
Because for them to come up with these concepts, the first things that was established way back, even let's take it through the 1400s, and I can say that when you know the different kings in Spain and Britain, right, and Rome, right? Check it out. They based their concepts off the Bible.
Right.
So it was the Bible first, and then Greeks and Romans, they created this separate the Bible.
Church and state.
Church and state.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, even some of their ideas come from the scriptures, but what they do is veer and they try to make sure they discredit them. You see? So don't be fooled by their science so falsely called.
Yeah. Because it's, no matter what, it's biblically influenced. Is what is being said. It's all biblically influenced from the beginning of time.
Right. Where did you have them go?
Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Chapter 3 and verse 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So y'all get that, right? Y'all see what we do and why we started out. You got to get that out the way because
the fool has said there's no God.
Right. And then he's like, well, there is no God. I'm not gonna. Nah. Well, the Most High said this is the reason why things are the way they are.
Right.
And if you don't believe, what are you actually basing your principles on? Where does your belief come from? Even your non-belief is still based in the Most High. That's what they don't get.
Yep.
So you're the insane one to not believe, because even in your non-belief, you still got belief in the Most High.
That's why y'all gotta. Yeah, go ahead, Ak.
You know, it'd be crazy. It's like most people say, especially the ones who say they don't believe in God, but as soon as they get hurt or they think they finna die,
right.
Oh my God! That's the first thing they say. They have to be looking like I should believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what though? You're right, man. There was this. I told you about the white woman on the news when her house got took up. Then she was like, "Well, God was with you." The newscaster. She was like, "Well, I don't believe in God."
Damn.
Yeah, she straight said it on the news. You know why? Because you gotta love it too. You gotta love it. Why? Because that's what you rather have that than these deceptive scientists, people put into power and giving you a message as though they're God-fearing. Because a lot of time you be thinking, oh yeah, this is just a standout guy. Man, these are the most defiled, adulterous, filthy, disgusting people. Why? Murderers, child molesters, because their concepts cannot come from righteousness if they're denying the Most High. You don't got no moral backing if nothing is controlling you. Look at the average nigga in the world that don't believe in God. He will shoot you in your dang face and not care. Right. Like, he would sell crack to his own mama. Now, he's been distorted. But we're talking about a man that was raised wicked. In his veins, in his blood, in his spirit, it's off. So, you got to see where these ideas come from. Go to Ecclesiastes 19 and 22. Just adding like what the ones you put, I had to add that one right there.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 22.
Right.
The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
So there's science so falsely. Why did I go here? Because if you're dealing with a people that are their whole ideas is based off of wickedness, how do you expect them to give you intelligence? That's what wisdom is, intelligence. But we know the spiritual intelligence is above all. How do you expect a wicked person to tell you things about morality? How are you going to tell a child molester to have compassion on a child? How? How are you going to talk to a murderer and expect him? I'm talking about a real murderer, not the right bribe run and shoot that I shot you because they made me. I'm talking about somebody that really chops up people, kills people. You think you really thought you could talk Charlie Manson down and try to heal him?
Yeah, because he'll eat your face. He ain't gonna do a drive-by stabbing. He gonna stab you eye to eye.
Yeah.
And then eat your face.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
You gotta understand that But think about it. That's why the Most High said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. You got people that base their whole concepts off of wickedness, but then I'm going to go to them for psychology. Right. I'm going to go to them to talk about how to deal with my body. They're the biggest drug dealers on the earth. Good. So you're talking about science so falsely called. Did you finish that? Go ahead.
Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence.
Yeah, that counsel, like, you go. This is why we tell you who you going to for wisdom. You're going to Esau, you're going to the white man, you're going to America, you're going to these American concepts, ideas, and where is it coming from? Right? It's coming from death. It's coming from destruction. That's why it says, and I got to throw this one on there because I was actually just listening to this earlier. This is Psalms. Go to Psalms. Go to Psalms. I think it's Psalms, 55.
God, you are not Ecclesiastes,
that, yeah, 1922. This is Psalms. I just had it. Psalms 55, and you're going to read 21.
Psalms chapter 55, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
See, the words of the wicked, their mouth is smoother than butter. And the white man America, their ideas is, man, they would have you believe anything.
Because you know why? They dress up in the white robe. They come with the PhD next to their name. They have their little pointer. And they're like, yeah, and the way this planet rotates and the way it swings around this planet and it's 1 billion miles away, the way they talk all smooth, you would be like, wow. It sucks you right in. It sucks you right into the thought that, man, they could be right.
Yeah.
And you don't consider the information. You don't consider the information, but then when we up here talking hard, get right to the, it's like, no, that can't be real. they too rough with it. You see that? You see the difference? But the information, see, we don't consider the source. The information is coming from the Most High. It don't matter how it comes, to the meek and to the forward, right? But we just look at that meek. That's why we get so caught up in the preachers.
Yeah.
They practice on how to talk to people to get them interested and to lock their minds in.
And that's, we don't really care
right.
what you think of us, so,
right.
You know.
We're just doing the work. We're bringing it out.
Yeah.
Get brought out.
Go ahead, read it. Read on. Come on.
But war was in his heart.
Yeah, because really, this is what be on their mind. Right. Overthrowing, destroying, breaking down. They talk about breaking. That's why I said, you go online, it trips me out how these people are all in the enlightened now. Like, stop it. Yeah. The devil's been a lie. Yeah. Like, they came to this big epiphanies. The world is waking up. We've been telling you this. The Most High's been telling you this. All those Israelites screaming and yelling been telling you this. This is not new, man. You get it on YouTube, NASA's lying, the forked tongue, and it's like, shut up, man. We know NASA's lying. They've been lying. America's lied to us. So go from there. Go to Romans 1 and 20.
Good.
Read that.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
Read. Right. So you have to see that, and this goes with the one you put. It said the invisible things are clearly seen. Why? Go ahead.
Being understood.
Being what?
Understood.
Being what?
Understood.
We can understand the invisible things. Go ahead.
By the things that are made.
So a lot of time where this atheist comes from is that they won't even look at the things around them and say, wait a minute. It's like every time when we talk about Abraham, right? He was one of the first men that did what?
Have faith.
Have faith, what else?
Believe in one true God.
He believed in the one true God. Right?
God.
And how did he do that? and said he looked at the things that were created and said, wait a minute. If the sun, we're talking about in the Josephus, yeah. If the sun and the moon and the stars are by themselves, then why do they have an order? Think about it. Why does the sun, why did it come up in the east? Or it's come up in why did it come up in the west? Why, or in the south? Why does it not rise in the south? If the sun is it's not controlled by anything. It can do whatever it wants to do. Right? Why do we have 4 seasons? Why not 5? But no, according to them, the fool have said what?
There is no God.
No, the fool, they don't just say it like that. They say, well, according to the fundamentals of science.
Yeah, according to the way the sun rotates around the earth.
It's called fundamental constants. It's called fundamental constants. So, which is like what? The expanse of the universe. If it changed by 1%, everything changes. It's fundamental constants. Constants. Yeah.
Things that don't change. So when something's constant.
Yeah. But they don't acknowledge the Most High in that. They know if for the calculation and down to the math, the sun had to be a certain amount away from the earth so it won't destroy the earth. Right? The moon, the waters, right? You got to understand about these things that the Most High created, but it's easy to be understood for us if we just look at the things that the Most High created. We don't got to listen to the white man. We don't got to listen to their science. We can see the greatness in the things that are not seen by all his work that he did around us. Go ahead.
Even his eternal power.
Go ahead.
And Godhead.
Right. The right distributing of matter. If matter changes here on earth to another %, we can be easily crushed. But why? Why was everything perfect? Why was everything made right? If we look at things in the world and how we deal, we don't do things with perfection. Right? Not to the T. Even though when we get things down to the best of what we think, it's still not the best. So you're trying to tell me an explosion did all this? You're trying to tell me matter? You're trying to tell me black matter? The expanse of the universe? The fabric of the universe? The sun, the moon, the stars, the elements. All these things is just coincidence?
Like all this expanse of the universe came from 2 atoms hitting each other? Like how does all of this fit into 2 atoms?
You know the white man, you know why so much pride? Because they can actually say, oh, we found out where the universe began. Are you on crack? Yep. Wait a minute.
Yeah. It's not crack, it's meth.
Yeah, they are that good.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? So you're trying to tell me you can see to the end of the universe. What the hell? But you can't see if that glitter, you can't see that planet? No. What they're saying is this. Let's put it in perspective. What they're saying is, according to our hypothesis, according to what we know, it would measure out this way based on our guess.
Based on our theory, yeah.
Based on our theory.
Right. Okay.
Come on now. If you talk to them, they're not saying no. We can't. They'll tell you we can't actually see it. But they're saying on based on theoretically, these things had to play out this way. But that's the diagram you created.
Yeah, from your thoughts.
From your thoughts. So these are the things that, man, how they deny God, how they deny the Creator. So you don't come to me with all this, the Bible ain't real. And if God was real, could he pick up a rock that he created? I mean, could he make a rock that he can't pick up? Are you a retard? You got to be retarded to actually even ask that question.
For that question to fathom.
Like, that was like mind-boggling. Like, damn, he got me. Like, he got me. Damn, I don't know what to do. Let me go back and rethink my belief.
Yeah, let me go and study some more.
Well, can he? He can do anything he wants. If he can make a rock he can pick up, and then when he decided to pick it up, he'll pick it up. That's stupid. That's just stupid.
He'll send somebody else to go pick it up.
That's like, listen, could you pick up a car?
Hell yeah.
Could you pick up that car?
No.
Yeah, you can.
No, like me physically? No, I can. But if
you
I want to
can.
get something too.
You see my point?
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't pick up the car, but you can.
Right.
That's earthly. Like, you're asking an earthly question, like if it's some deep theme.
Right.
It's very childish, and that's when you deal with the white man, you deal with their science, you deal with their belief. It's childish. It has no wisdom in it. That's why the scriptures say women rule over you. It said children are your oppressors and women rule over you. Get it real quick, man. Did you finish that though, right, Doc? Oh no, go down. You're in Romans. You're gonna read on. You're gonna read on in there. My bad. But read that real quick and
It's Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Yeah, you talking about the skydiving dude? The dude is like, bro, we're gonna jump out the window. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna live life, bro. You know, one day at a time. Like, are you serious? Big ass children.
God.
And if not children, damn homosexuals. That's where we get our wisdom from?
God.
This is where we get our knowledge from? You think like the Greeks and the Romans, they were there. These cats were animals. They were beasts. Even in their white man's history, they tell you the Greeks and the Romans stole a lot of their military tactics from other nations. Come on, man. But you act like this is a wise nation. This is a foolish, beastly, homosexual, infested nation. And they're children. So no, we don't believe in your science. I don't give a damn how you explain it. Because it didn't even make sense to you. Go ahead.
And women rule over them.
Yeah. Children are your oppressors. Remember that. Go back. Go back to Romans. So, the beginning of this Genesis class, we wanted to talk to the atheists. We wanted to talk to the evolutionists and squash that before we actually get into this. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 20. Last precept. So that they are without excuse.
See, and that's the thing. They're without excuse. So, this is where everything comes in at. Y'all got to understand this. This atheist mind, this is the beginning of sin. This is the beginning of this. It's idolatry. This is where all these thoughts come from. Because once you deny the Most High, right?
Good.
What are you entertaining?
The devil.
The Satan. You're entertaining Satan. All right, let me put it for you, you guys that don't understand what we mean by Satan. You're entertaining unmoral, unknowledgeable thoughts that anything or any way your flesh tells you to think or feel, you're going to move on your instincts, your baser instincts, more than moving on real supreme knowledge. That's why the white man, everywhere you got to go. Remember 5 or 6 years back, it was about, the pineal gland and all that, right?
Good.
What was that about? That was about doing like the white man. To stimulate your pineal gland, you got to go up your anus.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's what they believe. And every idea and all these ideas either come from some homosexuality or some wicked or corrupt way to achieve it. It can't be just saying, wait a minute, let's look at the things that were created and see the majesty of the Most High. No, it's like, no, bro, hit this mushroom. That's how you're going to get there. I seen it. 2 guys having sex. That's the way we get in. We have an argument with brothers. Talk about, you gotta know how to align your chakras. Right. Like this is gonna get you to the next level. Serious, How many cats have fallen away because of that madness? Got on drugs, popping pills. Why? Because they wanted to what? Reach the angelic beings. Did Christ do that? Did he hit the Xannies to heal somebody? Did he hit PCP to like touch the angels? Like now I see him. Right. Of course you do.
The wicked ones.
The wicked. No, that's the way you. Yeah, the wicked ones. What you were saying?
Now I was gonna pull Ecclesiastes 10 and 12 about the part or the beginning of pride, but sorry.
Right. So go ahead, read on. Read on to that.
Chapter 1 and verse 21.
Go ahead.
Because that when they knew God.
When they knew God, meaning as we look out here and look at all these things amongst us and see the majesty and the greatness and everything the Most High created. This is how we were supposed to know God. This is why we got to tell our kids, man. I be blazing them up. I be letting them know, man, don't believe nothing they say to you in school. Listen, go there, get your reading, get your math. Everything else they lying to you about. Their science is a lie. Their history is his story. Yeah, that ain't our history. That ain't our story. That's his story. You understand? Go math and reading. That's all you need. Everything else, trust me, is a lie. And they have you thinking. They have you thinking what? They have your kids running around thinking, what? I don't need God. I am God. Where you at?
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
The beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
And on point. That's when they get to, this is how they deny the Most High, through their pride, through their ego. Because you just barely found out how to splice a gene. The angel, how do you think you was created? The angels did that. What are you talking about? You just barely found out about black matter. Right, the angels did that. Yeah, Christ did that. Right? The things, the basic things you read about in the Bible about healing and about making a man stand, the blind see, what do you think he was dealing with? You just want to get all scientific with it. Why? So you can sound like you're wise. Well, what are they saying on there?
Now you just said the only big bang will be a rod of iron over Edom.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. That's the big bang. What?
I just thought about something that was funny since we talk about the Most High's creation.
Yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, I talk about how he created man from the dust of the earth.
Right.
Right? Then when the blind man was on the side of the road and Yahweh was coming down there, then when he healed him, he picked up the dirt from off the ground.
Right.
And put it on his eye.
Put it on his eye, right.
And healed him. So it's confirming like what he did.
Right. It's showing you, man, that look, all these things that you want to make it like it's some quasar stuff. Look at the simplicity of how Christ put it. Look at what he did. Right? So, pride. Very good point. Go ahead.
And his heart is turned away from his maker.
Yeah, see, and that's where this spirit of the devil is in. Because his heart is turned away from the maker. That's why the Most High said, as is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Why? Because this guy, this spirit on him comes from Cain. Same spirit. That's another topic, though. What? You got your hand up over there, sis? Sharon? No, okay. Go ahead. Finish up Romans.
Good.
Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 21. Second precept. They glorified him.
Right.
Not as God.
Right.
Neither were thankful.
Right. And that's what you're dealing with. This creature is not thankful enough that he's even breathing. He's not thankful. You understand? And then all of our people and all the other nations that follow this creature, this rodent.
Oh, it needs to be eradicated.
Yeah, this rodent, right? He doesn't follow. They believe in their concepts and ideas, and that's what got all the nations and the earth defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Because they're not submitting to what the Creator. But that's why the Most High is putting the sons of God in order, so we can get this earth right. Because these demons, man, look at what they've done with it. None of the nations. We know the white man is the head of this, but listen, all the other nations follow this guy. And that's why in every kingdom of the earth is homosexuality, transvestite. Now they're fighting for all these things in these societies. The earth is literally given into the hand of the wicked. Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, they'll make us do all this wickedness, put it all in front of them.
Right.
But as soon as you come into a courtroom, what do they make you want to swear on?
Or on the
they
Bible.
know it's real.
They want to make you swear on the Bible.
Right.
Right? Why? Because they want to make you show disdain for the same thing you believe in. They want to make you dishonor for the same thing we put our trust in. So we have to understand what's going on here. Go ahead.
But became vain.
They became what?
Became vain.
Vain means knowing nothing. They became vain where? How?
In their imagination.
In their what?
Imagination.
Right. Einstein, Darwin, who else? Socrates. No, not Socrates. It was it Plato? Plato, right? Homer. All their... Huh?
That was philosophy. Philosophers.
That too. Philosophers. They became vain in their imagination.
Psychologists.
Yeah. Yeah, they're psychologists.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Remember, listen, a lot of their PhDs come from a lot of these guys in the past. Right?
Good.
Concepts that they started, which was madness, foolishness, right? And now they perpetuate them. That's why we talk about Darwin's theory, right? We came from monkeys. You came from a damn monkey.
Medeline was the one who did the gene splicing. Yeah.
There you go. Gene splicing. You said Madeline?
Yes, like Medeline.
Medeline? Come on, read on.
And their foolish heart was darkened.
Yeah, and their foolish mind was darkened. So when you deal with when you deal with the mind of where you deny the Creator, it's going to keep darkening you. And keep darkening your mind, and that's where a lot of these things come from. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Professing themselves to be wise.
Uh-huh.
They became fools.
They became what?
They became fools.
Yeah, you're a fool. Because if you knew it, you wouldn't use words like theory or hypothesis. You look foolish. But the thing is, our people got their head so far up the so-called white man's cavity that we believe everything. Our nation believes everything they're saying. They believe everything they're saying. So, why do you think an argument's going around about the round earth and the flat earth? Because it's like, the devil's a lie. We can't believe nothing they're saying. So, but, even though our stance on it is, don't get no argument about that. The Most High is going to reveal. But think about it. Why is now everybody questioning everything? Because the Most High is pulling this man down. He's being revealed for what he is. So now you got to question everything. He went to the moon. Nope. He passed the Van Allen irradiated belt. Nope. He broke through the firmament. Nope. Right? Yeah, everything you can't trust. Even though we don't go into, the flat earth or round earth, it's like, I still come back and say, well, the devil's a lie. I see why it's an argument. Right? Because it's all now coming out. I looked up the word planets. Even in English, it just says the stars and the constellation. There's one word, one time in the Bible where it says planets. And you look up that word in Hebrew and it says stars and constellations. So now you got the argument is there a Mars? Is there a Pluto?
Right.
Yeah. And that all I'm saying is the devil's a lie. You can't believe nothing he says. You understand? What?
This is the real dictionary.
There you go. You got to go to the scriptures. But the thing is, man, that we got to double check everything he's lied to us about now. That's why everybody's going insane. And you still got to study to show thyself approved, though. You can't just be like, I watched 5 YouTubes and now I'm a scientist, or I can speak on this level. Like I said, we're speaking from the scriptures, and it's easy to be understood. All right, so go ahead, finish.
Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men.
Right. Wait a minute. So psychologically, you're telling me don't believe in God, but if I did believe in God, it's you. Man, they played boy. Don't believe in God, but if you did, I'm your God, nigga. Man, why do you think he's got to be destroyed? Why do you think the Most High is angry with him to where he says he's got a bitter indignation? Why do you think he said his sword shall be bathed in heaven and his sword shall come down upon Idumean? Like, listen, don't believe in God, but if you do, I'm him and his son. It's crazy. Read.
And to birds and 4-footed beasts.
Right, yeah. They have you worshiping creatures in Hindu and Buddhism and all that. But when we try to stand for, no, there's a creator, the Most High is real, it's like, you guys are a cult. But you're not. Your damn orgies and your drug orgies, having sex with dogs and animals, that's not a cult. But yeah, the sex dolls is not a cult, but we're a cult. Because we come together, we want to stand for something righteous. That's why I went over that class. I mean, who's a real cult? But these are the things, man, that Christ said would happen. He said the world hated me, they gonna hate you. So, read on.
And creeping things.
Right?
Wherefore?
Yeah, you would damn have a statue in your house, a little bug, quick as hell. Talking about, that's my God.
It brings me good luck.
Yeah, but when we talk about homosexuality is wrong, it's like, you're not a humanist. What the hell are you talking about? You believe in damn worshiping bugs and idols and dolls. You be doing all that, but look at us like we're crazy. That's why, man, I'll tell the white man, I'll tell anybody to their damn face, I don't care. I'll tell the CIA, my grandmama, the FBI.
Right.
It don't matter. Like, we're not hiding. You're the devil. There's nothing to hide. They've lied to us about everything. And that's why their own people is coming up with this. Like, what's happening here? The Constitution, they're taking that from us. That was a lie. They weren't going to stick to that. You feel bad for a lot of those white people. Not really, but you know what I mean, right? They're like, yeah, they really believed in it. Like, they like, you know what? No, man, white man was like, listen, we're greedy. It's only going to be 1% of us. And 1% of the 1%. It's like, y'all don't get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and they're coming into this mind and they're realizing they've been bamboozled every way. And they're online talking about NASA's a lie. It ain't black people doing this. It ain't black people doing this. Go to these sites. It's Esau. But, thank the Lord, we're not going to be short like that in our kingdom. He said the least one shall be as David. But they've been shorted of their rule. They were supposed to rule in the riches and glory with their kingdom. No, that's why they try to kick in the door in our kingdom. It's like, wait a minute, bro. This is your time. Live it up. Like, you don't got to worry about being pulled over. We do. This is what they're not seeing, man. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore, God also gave them up to uncleanness.
So now you got this atheist, evolutionist mind, and it's called a what? A so-called free mind. Well, what does that free atheist evolutionist mind get us? How come it always goes back to homosexuality? It always goes back to some faggot stuff.
Or bagging animals.
Or walking down the street butt naked in New York with your titties out.
Yeah.
And talking about what? I'm free, don't judge me.
Or fondling little boys.
Yeah.
It goes back to something real freaky.
So now they got and y'all gonna see our little news thing on that. But now you got the sex dolls.
The sex
dolls.
Oh
no, the sex gyms.
Yeah, oh, the butt naked gyms.
You got butt naked gyms now.
Butt naked yoga, the butt naked gym. Because I want to be we gotta think.
Y'all gotta wait for our news show on that one.
Yeah, because they're out the box thinkers.
They got this.
Yeah.
But then they look at us like, you're fringes, you look weird. But at least I'm clothed, man.
Yeah. I ain't just out here swinging.
Like, you guys, what are you, Power Rangers? Yes, I'll be a Power Ranger if you want to mock. But look at you. You got to bat up your anus. Read.
Through the lust of their own heart.
Through the what?
The lust of their own heart.
Yeah, this is what wicked man does. You know, and yeah, our people are there with it too. You got Neil deGrasse. This guy's a bird brain. He's a bird brain. Tyson, right? You know, he's a scientist. He's a cocky nigga too. He's cocky. He really thinks he knows. But they got him online, the white man, they got him online 1 minute. He said the earth is oval, and then he says it's like a pear. I love that one. Did y'all see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. They got him saying it's sort of like a pear. I'm like, you're an idiot. And I don't give a dang how many PhDs this faggot gave you, you're still dumb. You know, and that's the problem, is that they don't want to see that by denying the creator, this is creating an immoral society, an immoral kingdom. This is historically, if you look at historically, godless societies, where did they end up? In a dang heap of flame of fire.
Well, first they banged each other. All the men banged each other.
Right. Yeah. In the middle of the fire.
In the middle of the fire.
Right? No. Well, now y'all gonna see why we're going there, because y'all know where it's going. Go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
Once again, how does it always come back to something physical and fleshly? Because the simple fact is, when you're not under an entity that is greater than you, you got no rules and regulations. A godless person, man, just like I said, go through our hood. You see a godless person, get rich or die trying. That's the idea. You know what I mean? What man sells crack to your own mom? That's godless. But that's still on a low level what the white man does. He's like, I'm going to go, I can kill you. I can... What's the word? I can cause genocide based on this idea. So this is it's a powerful thing to understand, man.
No, I was gonna say, think about sex and sex orientation.
Yeah.
That's like basic human. That's just basic animal.
Yeah.
Know-how.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I need to reproduce. I gotta do it with
right.
female.
I was looking at the hippos yesterday. The hippos know how to. It's like.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Basic.
Yeah, it's basic instinct.
But think about it. Even without, what I'm seeing here is that without the Most High, even the most basic instincts we mess up.
Yeah.
We mess up the most basic of things, which is what?
That's
sex, food, sleep.
Right.
Eat the wrong things.
Because you have no control over your senses.
Was just like,
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's
that's the point he's getting to, is like, it all led to you being fleshly, you doing what you want to do in your own skin. And that's what you see America coming to. That's what you see the world coming to. It's not only America that they walk around butt naked on the streets in New York with no, you had Bruce Willis' daughter doing this in New York. Just no shirt, butt naked. Yeah, serious. Yeah, the brother. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie.
And that's what it all comes back down to. So when you're promoting and teaching this science and education, and you believe in the Bible, you're going against the Most High. You can't be a Christian and then talking about, yeah, I believe in evolution. Everything they say is to deny the Most High. Now, you do got some Christian evolutionists, right, that believe the Most High created things, like us. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about these ones, man, that deny the Most High in everything they teach and do. Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator.
Yeah, because he wants us to submit to Him more than the Most High. He wants us to say He is God. He wants you to say you're God. So yes, if you give them the opportunity, they will be able to chop your head off and put it on another body. You know, I was looking at some online. What's his name? Will Ferrell? No, Pharrell. He created a song. He said this song is for 100 years from now. But we're not going to be able to, unless we take care of the earth, we're not going to be here in 100 years. Like, I think about 10 years. I just think about 10. If we make it another 10 years here in this world, he talking about 100 years? Lord, let it be not so. What?
Now I know why he say like a man gonna be precious, more precious than gold.
Yeah.
Because with all this transgender and all this other
there
stuff
you go.
they got going on.
There you go.
It'll be like, where's the man at?
Yeah, then when you see one, you're gonna be like, damn.
Yeah. Him is sexy.
That's a man? That's a real life man. Like, it's gonna be an anomaly, man.
Yeah, I had to tell my son yesterday, like, when you get these pants, you know, you gotta get a bigger size because they make you look effeminate. Do you know what effeminate is? He was like, no, like a woman. You know what I mean? See, if you don't start teaching your kids and talking to your kids about it now, they're going to just become that naturally. If you're not keeping a watch on them, you'll see it's gonna not. I put it like this: if they fall into that when they get older, it ain't gonna be by them saying you didn't tell me.
Right.
You didn't sit and talk with me. By the way, when we sat down, when we walked in the house, when we was doing this and that, because 100 years, his little song, he's gonna bring it out in 100 years from now. Nah, bro, this world would be America, man. They got butt naked gyms.
Sex dolls.
And sex dolls. This is a thing.
Like,
this is a topic. It's trendy.
Like, dudes be running trains on sex dolls. I read
Give it age.
No, I read a story that these dudes ran a train on a sex doll and a cat caught AIDS. I'm not saying that the story is real. But if somebody can write it...
That sounds like fake news.
Well, this is the thing. If somebody can write it, somebody can imagine it.
You know what? If they haven't did it, they did it. Right. They're going to do it.
Running trains on sex dolls.
On the running trains on sex dolls,
wow.
They have a sex doll, whorehouse party.
Wow.
Like, so you can go and hook up with the sex doll. And the guy he rents, and another guy he rents sex dolls out. So he's like pimping sex dolls.
Oh, I see one. This dude had 8 of them.
Oh, he saw he had 8 of them and he had a girlfriend?
His girlfriend came through talking about, well, at least I know that he'll give me all his attention when I'm here.
Yeah, he having birthday parties with him. I mean, think about it. You gotta think about it. Think about it.
Wow, bro. Come on, let's finish this. We ain't even did 1 and 1 yet. Just go ahead, read.
Who is blessed forever.
Go ahead.
Amen.
Go ahead.
For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affection.
So your own works correct you now. Now you do. If you did, you ran the train on the sex doll, and because you're an idiot, you got AIDS from one of the guys that ran the train with you. Go ahead.
For even their women did change the natural use unto that which is against nature.
See, their natural use of a woman, that could be a whole class. You're talking about motherhood? They changed the natural use from a woman being a mother, being a daughter. Now all the women are is just defined by breasts and booty. That's it. That's it. That's all they're defined by. And if they look good, you should accept them because they're physically attractive. They took the whole use of the woman, the purpose of her duty in the house, in the nation, away. And that's that Greco-Roman concept. That's what the white man gives you. Children are your oppressors. Go ahead. Come on.
And likewise also the men.
Right.
Leaving the natural use of the woman.
We know. We've been saying it. Go ahead.
Burned in their lust, one toward another.
Now, all these things. And that ain't it. 100 years from now, bro, they'll have them robots. Y'all seen Ex Machina? Y'all didn't see Ex Machina? Ex Machina? Yeah, y'all didn't see that? Go check out that movie. It's exactly what we're talking about. A robot woman. You couldn't tell because it was that skin that they're using on the robot, and it feels real. It's like it's real. But now she can interact with you and talk to you. That's where the white man wants to go. Why? Because he's a big gay kid.
Big fag.
It's terrible, man. And the fetus is this. It's not even, it's not a joke no more. Like, it's real. It's like, we're not just taking shots. You can, this is real. And that's what you're seeing. It's happening before your eyes. Go ahead.
Men with men.
Right?
Working that which is unseemly.
And America has perfected it. I mean, think about Babylon and Egypt and think about the Greeks and the Romans. You're thinking like, wow. Remember, when you go back to the Babylonians on 300, when the ghoul, he walks in and then you got the girls with half face and he goes in and they're all lusting and orgying and all that stuff. Like, that was during the Babylonian time. What do you think they're doing now? Elon Musk talked about he was invited to a party and he realized it was an orgy. It was a sex party. Who? Elon Musk, the Tesla. He billionaire does Tesla. But I don't even know why you said that. I'm sure you've been to a few more orgies than that one.
Like Cal Williams too. He said that he got invited to a party. He started going room to room. Like, wait a minute, this ain't a regular hood party. And then he started seeing dudes going with dudes. He said he got up out of there. He said he had to dip him out of there because
that's what they're doing. That's why I'm saying this is going to a whole nother level. Like you said, pimping dolls, that's insane. It's safe, but damn. Go ahead.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
And the recompense of the error is listen, we know it's the diseases, but it's more than that. It's the moral fabric of society imploding because they have no conscience. You understand? And now they want to create all these laws to a lawless, godless society. Go ahead.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
What does America read about America again?
Even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
Go ahead.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
Boom. I don't want to hear that, Michael.
And it goes right back in the Psalms.
It goes right back in the Psalms. The fool have said there is no God. The fool has said there is no God. The reprobate mind. You trying to tell me you want to understand the sun, the moon, the stars, and about this and that and that and this, but you can't understand the simplicity in Christ? You can't understand the basics of the Bible? Because it is that basic. But you will die for that. Go ahead.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Yeah, and once again, we're talking about the atheist mind. We're talking about the evolutionist mind, and he's in Romans 1 and what?
1 and 28.
Right, and we started from Romans 1 and 20. Y'all got that?
No.
Okay, now go from there. Go to one more. Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. And then we're going to get off the topic of the atheists, and we're going to go to Genesis 1:1. So, but we had to blast them first, man. We had to demolish them first. It's going to have to be the destroying the atheists. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Surely vain are all men by nature.
Go ahead.
Who are ignorant of the Most High.
I want you to read it again. Come on, read it loud.
Surely vain are all men by nature.
Go ahead.
Who are ignorant of the Most High.
Y'all, you understanding this?
Good.
That people that are ignorant of the Most High, they are vain. That's why they sit up there with the little monkey suits on, speaking as though they know something. Go ahead.
And could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
See, that's how we were supposed to know the Creator. Out the good things that are seen. Go ahead.
Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
You see that? They ain't acknowledging the workmaster. So we're going to find out how the workmaster did it. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
But deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the star or the violet water or the lights of heaven.
Yeah, you damn worship the water. You worship the air. You worship the stars.
You worship the creature more than the creator.
Yeah, you worship the creature more than the Creator. Go ahead.
To be the gods which govern the world.
See that? Go ahead.
Damn.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods.
Go ahead.
Let them know how much better the Lord of them is.
Read.
For the first author of beauty hath created them.
Come on, man. There's too much beauty on the earth. Y'all gotta go to that Netflix. I said we put it on for Shemaiwan, and I got all into it. But they got like, you know, World Africa, and they just, you know, it's like the Animal Kingdom, and they were in Africa today, and I'm like, wow, the Most High is the beauty of the earth. It's this place that just got somewhere in Africa that all the grasses got round circles in them. I was like, yeah, I forgot the name of it, but I was like, wow. And then they were going through all these animals. You know, I've watched it before, but it just re-showed me, man, the majesty of the Most High. You know, it showed me, man, how the Most High has everything together. And I was just thinking about it when they were talking about, you know, not having water, and certain animals, they had to wait for this water to come. And I was just thinking about Matthew's when the Most High said, I think it's 6 or 10, where he said he provides for the birds of the air. 6, right? He provides for the animals. And I was just thinking, like, he made it convenient for the lion to come and chase away the big animals for these little ostriches to go walk to the water. And I'm thinking, like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, it's like you be thinking, like, man, they're not gonna make it. But then, right where they're at that point, the Most High is like, the little things just happen. Right. And yes, the Most High doesn't micromanage. They're right about one thing. There was an explosion. There was elements, things that came about from nothing. That's the only thing they're right from. Because they don't know what it was from. It was from the Most High. You see that? All this beauty and everything the Most High created, you got to be a demon and you got to be a fool not to see the power of the majesty of something above, beyond our power and control.
And our thinking. But that's why he said, we ain't going to read it, but that's why he said in Ecclesiastes 3:11, he made everything beautiful in his time. Yeah. You know, he's the one that set the course of everything to work without us having to put our hand to it. And that's a problem where we get on the earth, we get into things that we have no business, and we ruin everything. We ruin nature. We ruin the natural course of everything. We take away the beauty. Right? But no, you keep reading.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why do you think
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one.
This chapter go hard, man.
Yeah.
This goes right with Romans 1.
Yep.
Yeah, this should be your precept. Right next to Romans 1, Wisdom of Solomon 13. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 4.
Go ahead.
But if they were astonished at their power and virtue.
Yeah, you're over here astonished. And look at the antelope. Right? You're astonished by this. But you don't see that certain things, it wasn't just natural selection. It wasn't just Mother Nature.
Or survival of the fittest.
Yeah, it wasn't just survival of the fittest, that the Most High, He created a spirit amongst these animals. He created a spirit of the land. You don't want to see the majesty in these things, man. Because you're vain. Go ahead.
Let them understand by them how much mightier He is that made them.
Yeah, you're supposed to be looking at the lion. I was watching 2 giraffes fight today. I was like, wow, I didn't know giraffes could fight. Yeah, he's snagging those necks. I was like, whoa. And then after, because the old school, the young cat, and think about it. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, we're going over Genesis. And I'm thinking like, who could tell this young giraffe to get high-minded and go over to this old giraffe and try to buck him out? And the old giraffe ended up winning. But all their whole back, just by their neck blows, I had chunks of meat out of them.
Oh, they got some horns, little small horns.
Yeah.
Do they?
Right
Yeah, they got horns on their head.
Small little horns.
I didn't know exactly.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't notice that.
They hit those horns.
Sound like some little wood stumps.
Yeah, I thought they were hitting with their neck. But I was looking at that and I was like, man, the Most High is great. This is insane. And it was all to control that environment of that land. Because they both were walking and then a girl was over there. And I'm thinking like, this is written. But once again, let me say this. That's our baser instinct.
Right.
What brings us above the animals?
The wisdom.
See? The wisdom of the Most High sets us over to have dominion over the animals and everything. But when we deny the wisdom of the Most High, we start to what? Act just like the beasts. You see the girl walking and what? You bumping your head and hitting your horns for that woman. Right?
Well, most guys now is for that guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Too strong.
2018.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 5.
Go ahead.
For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably, the maker of them is seen.
Go ahead.
But yet, for this they are
That's
the
just like what you said.
Yeah.
Going, looking at them fight, doing their thing. You're like, damn, that's the Most High.
Yeah.
Their actions show the Most High. It's like, how would that animal think to do that?
Thank you.
How would the ocean know to not go past the coast? Like
The hippo, the one guy was trying to get at the girl. So he gets on the back of her and the narrator's like, but she's bored. She went and laid down like, dude, you ain't getting this. She went and act like she was asleep.
damn.
And I'm thinking like, wow. How did the white man know that? But that's the thing, like, how the hell would he know? How the hell that white man know she was playing like she was sleeping? Unless she was hitting some hippo booty. I'm just messing. No, but think about it, man. Like, how did he know that? You know, it does say the Greeks seek for wisdom. We know their wisdom is wicked, though. You know what I mean? But, yeah, they be like the ants, the beetles, and you're watching this beetle, and I'm like, wow, this is insane. But it all goes in with what we're talking about, you know? It all goes in to show the beauty and power of the Creator that they deny. They don't look at him and say, you know, they say it's what? Oh, that's Mother Nature. It just happened to be that way. A mind state? Who gave them the conscience to think like that? To you know what I mean? Who gave her that spirit to like sit down and be like, you bore me. Right? That's crazy, man. Who gave the lioness the thought to say, you're going to be the hunter. You're going to bring the food to the
pride.
To the pride. Who did that?
Yeah, how come the lion lion don't
I mean,
like, I'm going to go hunt?
Yeah.
I'm the man.
He put the Proverbs 31 in the lioness.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep.
If that ain't the Most High, man.
Well, you know what it is?
Listen.
It's for us to see. It's for us to see the things that the Most High created.
Yeah.
And emulate.
Yeah.
Just like, and to see that the word is real.
Yeah, the word is real.
You see that? What's up?
Good. And like you say, he put that into the line because like the women, they go out to get the food.
Yeah.
Right? And like I can say testify for myself. Like when I had ribs. You know, they go get the food, you know, you start getting plump, get fat.
Yeah.
And then they leave, I'd be like, yeah,
you get
skinny. Drink, you get out.
You're right, yeah. That's how I feel.
Lions do too.
Well, you gotta turn back into that young lion and just learn how to hunt.
Yeah, you gotta go on the hunting, right?
When they ain't got no pride, what do? They out there hunting.
And we know that. That's our baser instinct. But what lifts us above that? Now we don't hunt just for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
See, that's what puts us above the animals. You know, we have greater wisdom, man. But come on, let's get it. This is beautiful. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
But
yet for this they are the less to be blamed.
Go ahead.
For they peradventure err, seeking the Most High.
Go ahead.
And desirous to find Him.
Go ahead.
For being conversant in His works, they search Him diligently.
Right.
And believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen.
Now this is how it's supposed to be, right? We supposed to, the godly supposed to be doing what? Looking at the beauty, looking at the things that we see, and seeing the majesty in it, and the greatness in it, and acknowledging the Most High. Go ahead.
Howbeit, neither are they to be pardoned.
Go ahead.
For if they were able to know so much.
You see that, right? He said this is why they're not able to be pardoned. They can't be forgiven. Why? Because I gave you and I created all these things for you to see my power. With the Most High's power. Go ahead.
Verse 9. For if they were able to know so much.
Yeah, you know so much. When the earth created an atom and the hydro collider and you can split the atom and do this, you know so much. But you can't see the majesty of the Creator in that? You got to think about it, man. You all knowing and all smart, right? You're the greatest people, but why you don't see that God is going to come back and beat your butt and destroy you? You see that? Pride. Go ahead.
That they could aim at the world. How did they not sooner find out the Most High thereof?
You see that? Like, you would be thinking like, dang, they would have found the Creator and said, you know what? God is true. See, that's why I went back to Abraham, because that's what he did when he said he taught the Egyptian science. Right? Because he looked at the things that the Most High created and showed them, this is why there's one true God. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But miserable are they.
They're what?
Miserable are they.
The fact is this. They're what?
Miserable are they.
Go ahead.
And in dead things is their hope.
See? In dead things is their hope. They'd rather believe in what? Don't worry about eternity, living everlasting life with God or Christ, the Creator, right? We can make you live forever.
Or when Christ comes, we can just shoot up to the moon.
Yeah. What do you think Black Mirror's about? Black Mirror's about showing you where they want to take technology.
That's crazy.
And it's posing the question, is it going to be so great?
Right.
Look at when they took that woman's conscience and put it in that doll.
Yeah.
That doll. I keep it. It's a New York thing, huh? Well, my bad, New York.
Season 4?
Huh?
Season 4?
Yeah, season. I'm sorry, I gave. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too.
They took this chick's conscience and put it in a doll. But you know what that's to show you? While we over here running around like the white, it's showing them technology is so great, it's so great. and then you put your conscience in a doll, and you gotta leave it there, bro. It blows your mind. But this is why the Most High is saying, you're so intelligent, you're so wise. Thou art wiser than Daniel, right? You search out the stars and the moon and all these things and the low of the earth, right? No, Jacusto, right? You want to go to the bottom of the earth,
Okay.
right? You want to go all the way to the bottom of the water and swim with the whales and, you know what I mean, the dolphins, right? Well, how come you ain't see the Most High down there? Because he's down there. If you go to the heights of heaven, he's there, right?
Gone.
If you go into psychology, the mind, he's there.
Gone.
But they can't see it. They can't see it. And guess what? That's okay. Because it's not meant for you.
Gone. Perfect.
You know what I mean? It's not meant for you. You know, but don't get mad at us. Because we're standing on our square. You stand on yours. Because this is going to be a battle of good and evil. You understand? And guess what? Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, he wins. Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Who called them gods?
Right?
Which are the works of man's hands.
Yeah, you be quick to talk about a man and his prestige, and he was so smart, and Einstein equals square, and I know I'm saying it all wrong. But yeah, the pi da Vinci, all that. But what? It comes to the Most High, the men of the Bible. Well, that's not real. The Bible is it's made up.
That's man-made.
That's man-made.
Man-made, but I'm gonna follow
man, right?
Yeah, that's so foolish.
Go ahead.
Gold and silver.
Right? Yeah, you would worship that money. You would die for that. Even the concept of gold, the concept of silver.
Gotta get that paper, Joe.
Right? You believing in something that you gave value to. Why can't we have rocks that made a value? We can't. That's what cryptocurrency is showing you. You can take something out of thin air, and if you got enough of unity and people that believe in it, you can make it valuable. Cryptocurrency is digits. But guess what? People don't see this. Our people are blind. Israel is blind. The world is blind. What?
And that's how they market to our people. What they do is, it might not be worth anything. So they'll put it in your community to see how they're going to take to it. They test on us all the time. So the more people start buying it, then they jack up the prices.
There you go. Yep. With everything. Jordans. Shoes, yeah, Jordans, clothes, everything.
Cars,
hair weaves, all that. Cars. Yeah, go ahead.
To show art in. And resemblances of beasts.
Go ahead.
Or a stone good for nothing.
Right.
The work of an ancient hand.
Go ahead.
Now a carpenter that felleth timber.
So now it goes into idolatry. So y'all got that, right? Right? Message to the atheists. Message to the evolutionists. All right. So let's hit Genesis 1 and 1 now.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 1.
Genesis 1 and 1. We might it might be this last hour we can go over Genesis 1 and 1.
God.
And then next class we can move to Genesis 1 and 2.
I don't think they heard you. The last hour is going to be Genesis chapter 1
and
verse
1.
1.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
That quick?
No. He said that quick.
Go ahead, read that.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 1.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Wow.
Go ahead.
God. In the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth.
So, if y'all brothers open up your Hebrew, you got your Hebrew Bibles. This is the first and most important thing that we got to address when we deal with Genesis 1 and 1. It starts everything out. It's going to give us understanding on a lot of things. And as we've been talking about for the last few classes, English, sometimes the translation of words don't give off the same force. So you got to have that Hebrew. So in the beginning, read it again.
God, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
So if you got your Hebrew, you got a Hebrew eSword on. I use the eSword on the App Store. an Apple product or you got an Android, My Sword, you can download it where it has the concordance number, okay? And so we can understand when it says in the beginning, God. Because according to what you knew, what did they say this means? That God did what? Created everything, right?
God.
He created everything, right? It was just him, and that was it, right? But as we look at this word in Hebrew, and I know they do got it up online because she has it there in Hebrew online, but it says, I'm just going off from memory, it says, Bara'ashath, Bara'ah ha'alahayim. So in the beginning, the powers, this word God is not speaking of the one entity, the Most High. This is speaking of the powers. And if you got that app, it says here, specifically used, it says thus, it says Supreme God, because sometimes it can be used as that. It says occasionally applied to the way of different magistrates, gods, judges. So how do we know that the Most High himself didn't create? He didn't say, you know what, I'm going to do all this work by myself. Well, any king, any majesty don't go do the work by themselves. They go and they send minions to do it. They send their people to do it, right? The mob boss don't send, he don't send out, he don't go himself to collect his money. He got the henchmen, right?
It's just like the Most High. If he was running, if the Most High God was running a corporation, if he was running Wendy's, he wouldn't be running Wendy's and down in Wendy's flipping burgers and taking orders and ringing people out.
Right.
You got different administrations for it. So that's what we're gonna see here is that the Most High, he might have gave the order. But
he did give the order.
He gave the order, but
right.
he didn't come down and
do it himself.
Do it himself.
Right.
He's the CEO. All the rules fall down from the top to the bottom. That's all it was. I'm not gonna say it.
So I want you to hold Genesis, and we're gonna go to St. John 1:1. And why we're doing this is to get understanding why in the Hebrew it says Alahayim. Why doesn't it say Yahweh? Because Yahweh didn't create everything himself.
God.
Yahweh sent forth the Alahayim to do it. Okay?
God.
So we're going to read these together. So give me another reader to read St. John 1:1.
And another definition that we didn't throw in
for
God in that Genesis 1:1 is angels.